Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Press and Peel. Today, I'm going to be showing you how to make a mug using Infusible ink transfer sheets and your Cricut Mug Press. Now, let's get into it. Before anything, make sure you make the correct measurements because you don't want to waste any mugs and you don't want to waste any ink. After that, let's get into Cricut Design Space so we can find the images that we're going to use on our mug today. I'm going to be making a Christmas mug, so I'm going to keep it Christmas themed. I go into the images category and I browse for something Christmas. When you make your mug, you can pick whatever image you like, but I'm going to find one that I like, so I keep scrolling till I do. When I find the image I like, I click on it and add it to the canvas. Now I'm going to put two images on my mug, so I'm going to go back into images and I'm going to search for snowflakes. Same thing, guys. You don't have to pick what I pick. You can pick what you want, but I'm going to choose this image and add it to my canvas. Now that I got both images laid out, I'm going to size them up. I changed the color to black so it could be a bit more manageable on the eyes. It doesn't matter anyway. They're both going to come out the same color of our ink sheet. I used the shapes tool to get a cutout of our final shape that we got the measurements for in the beginning. I placed them how I want them to be laid out in the mug so I get an idea how it's going to come out. After that, I use the subtract tool, and that's going to get the Cricut Maker to cut the shapes out of the sheet. And then I press make. Always make sure you mirror your image when you're doing heat transfers. It'll be opposite when you're reading it, but it'll come right side out on the cup. The material I'm using is Infusible InK Transfer. If you don't have it bookmarked, you can find it in the Browse All Material sections. Just click that and head over to the Cricut Maker. So right now, I'm sliding in the mat and getting ready for the cut. After the Cricut does its thing, we're going over to the cutter so we can cut down the paper and save some paper as well. This is my cool little weeding tool. It's got a light on it. Also, I got a weeding board. I highly recommend it. It'll save your eyes and save you some time. You can already see the lines popping out. It makes weeding much more easier. Unfortunately for me, this was one of the worst weeding sheets that I've ever had to weed in my life. So it did take a little bit of time, but we got through it. Putting the final touches and we have our whole image weeded out. Now let's go to the Cricut Mug Press. Before anything, turn your Cricut Mug Press on, start the warm-up process. So by the time we're finished taping our mug up, our Cricut Mug Press will be ready to go. I'm lining up my image now, getting ready to attach the transfer to the mug. So now I'm just taping it down really tight. Gonna tape down everything, every angle, all the sides and the middle. All right, guys, I have my mug all wrapped up nice and tight. I wrapped up all the edges, all the seams. I have a little overlap, that's what I look for, so I can make sure my mug is fully pressed, full of color. Now we load our mug into our Cricut Mug Press. Make sure everything's even before we shut it, and we close it down and wait till it's done. All right, the mug is now done. We're gonna take it out the mug press. You guys are not gonna see it, but we're gonna let our mug cool down for a while. I suggest you do the same, because if you touch the mug and mess with the image while it's too hot, you could mess it up. Now that our mug is cool, let's get into it. Let's see what we finally got all this work for. And there she goes, guys. It's pretty good, pretty good. Got some blurring on the edges. Maybe the paper was too long, but definitely fixable. Doesn't look too bad. Kind of goes with the image. Nice, cool Christmas cup. Like I said, you can always cut the paper shorter and get a nice, crispier image.